Hi DGens, let's take a look at RNDR, that is render token. When I first saw this ticker, I was kind of hoping that it would be reindeer token, just for the lols of it, because this is crypto after all, but it's render token. Why am I so unaware of the name of the token? Well, that's because I personally think that technical analysis is really, really good and is going to lead to your success, and fundamental analysis, even extended as far as knowing the name of something, is basically pointless. Let's take a look then, therefore, at the technical analysis and see if we can make some plans to make money with this. In this section, this is the intro clip. It lasts for like 10 seconds. If you hit the like button, I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're looking for more crypto technical analysis. That's my name, Rocky Outcrop. Okay, you hit the like button, you hit the like button, you hit it? Cool, good. Now I'm going to ask you to hit that like button again. If you haven't hit it now and you're thinking, I'll wait and see if it's actually worth hitting like on, then before you tune out, just move the mouse over and hit like, or move your thumb over and hit. Really, massively appreciate it. That's all I want. That's all I want. What we're looking at here is, well, there's the Ichimoku cloud up there. I appreciate for the old noob tubes out there that you might not be able to see past the all of the swirly drawings on the charts to understand what we're looking at. What else is on this chart right now? Well, there's a Fibonacci retracement and there's these couple of lines on there, and they are moving averages. Now there's this two white dots just here showing you that this is the 200 simple moving average. Now we've got two of them. So this is the 203rd day that this coin has actually been in existence. And we'll point out real quick that on the 4-hour time frame, very much sloping towards the downside. 24-hour time frame, sloping towards the downside on that 21. Exponential moving average, 12-hour time frame, sloping towards the downside, 50, maybe a little bit up, right? So overall, and again, low, small term time frames, all looking negative, right? So if you're going to be trading with the trend on this one, it's quite obvious that in terms of like just intraday trading, you'd be taking shorts on this one and trading towards the downside. That's quite obvious. But I'm here to tell you, and that's why I said hello DGens at the start of this one, there's actually a huge, ridiculously, stupidly big profit potential on this coin, and it kind of comes in with the potential to move between this area of the 236 up towards various targets up above. Now the 618 as an example here would be a 50% increase in price. Couple of key considerations to make though, that if the prices did move up that 50%, they'd be going past two of the most significant structural areas in this coin's history. It's only 203 days old, so it's easy to say that. But these are two of the most significant areas. This high in here at around about $2 on the 31st of March, and then this high around about $2 on April, right? Those two areas, you'd be taking that out, and I would be inclined to actually look higher up if we can do that with any degree of momentum. Be aware that obviously profit taking is clearly, obviously, like even a blind man would be aware that this is a zone where profit taking would happen at. But if we look down the way here and say, well, could we push past that 236 and move up? What would happen at that point? Well, a few things. For taking out the 150 area would prevent a death cross on the 4-hour time frame between these. Wait a minute, 200. This is the 4-hour time. This isn't 203 days old. What am I talking about? How many days old is this? Because that's the 202. This has existed since the 17th of March. It's a couple of weeks old. Whatever. Eh? Probably no one's going to be interested in this. Further doubling down on how important it would be if you hit like on this video. It'd be really, important with this brand new coin. Anyway, if we see us taking out that 236, we're taking out our previous low. Very good. Simple market structure would tell you that you could come in here for a lower high because this is a downward trend anywhere, and you'd be taking profits probably at around about 180. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice, but that's still a huge move up the way in terms of percentage, a move between 136 and of course 180. But we could be looking even higher. Now, there are a couple of reasons for that. I'm going to bring on the Ichimoku cloud to kind of make this a little bit easier for me to describe. And in fact, I'll just hide the moving averages here at the same time. And how about I jump back down to the 4-hour time frame where the Ichimoku cloud actually has some data to show up, and hide all the drawings, hit the auto button, and bring up the price action full screen so we can look at this area right here and say that if we push up, past that 236, we would get across here between the green and the purple line. That's the base and conversion line. That's a positive thing, and it's a tradable event. Now you'll be looking up towards where the cloud area is as your profit taken, then therefore, and popping on the Fibonacci. That does mean that the 382 in there at 160 is also an area where you could see a bounce at. But as you can see, the cloud itself then diminishes, goes away. It's gone. And that if we do this over the period of time and have a trajectory that looks somewhat like this sort of a thing, then we we would be going past that and bypassing that whole area of resistance, taking us up potentially towards that 50 target a little bit easier. Now, this is all contingent on getting across, so I'm waiting for the prices to really take out that sort of 127 area really and confirm this is across. Low term time frame, I want to be very clear. I mean, this is a downtrend, right? So really, you know, it's almost idiotic for me to say that there's this upward move potential for us. I'll explain a little bit just in the last final seconds of this video why that's the case. But here in the 15-minute time frame, as you can see with this downward trend, you know, we could be looking at this in the next, you know, the immediacy here, sort of near here and now sort of thing, as having this cross and coming up and testing these areas and giving us an opportunity to push outside of the cloud here and perhaps move up the way, you know, having spent almost no time above the cloud over the last couple of days or couple of weeks, or well, which actually adds up to a significant chunk of this thing's lifetime. Now, there's a couple other reasons why you might think that there could be some positivity, and let me just bring up this then as a way of showing you that we're above the moving average here in the RSI outside of the bearish control zone. We have come in and we have come back down to the stochastics neutral. Look, right, I was hoping to see some bullish divergence, but there isn't any bullish divergence there. I mean, this is a downward trend, right? What do you want from me? This is, if you want to trade this sensibly, use stop losses and look down the way. If you're actually kind of thinking to yourself, hey, there's a few reasons which I suppose this is your fundamentals, right? So your fundamentals are, this thing hasn't existed for any given time at all. Overall markets are towards the top side. Ain't nobody going to be able to actually tell you what this thing's worth because it's purely speculative that's based on. Nothing from what it does is really going to change. You know, they could hire God as their CEO and that might change the fundamentals of it. But other than that, there's pretty much very limited what they can do. And that the overall markets could get a big bounce now, which might carry this along with it. In which case, if that were to happen, then that's where you're looking for on a technical basis. Excuse me for those sirens going by outside, just so that you know, of course, as well, this is very much showing you that it's negative in terms of every single thing that you have there for it. The only thing that I would say is that there is seemingly no hidden bearish divergence, so that's good overall. 24-hour time frame, like I say, I mean, this is so brand new that our Ichimoku cloud is an absolute joke. We only have this. We've got the lagging line, but the lagging line's basically meaningless. All we've got is the conversion line here, or not the conversion. We've got the conversion line. Ooh, all we've got is lagging lead one. All we've got is lead one. You know, it's still relatively new time for us here. So the Ichimoku cloud doesn't have a cloud on the daily time frame. Whatever. Look, that's what I'm looking at on this one. It'd be nice to see a bounce. We've had a nice movement up the way. If we take out the 236, that's totally possible. If we don't, then we don't. And if you are looking at this from a sort of the trend must go on point of view, then the question is, how far have we come in the trend? And I wasn't going to talk about this, but I've decided to talk about it after all. We've come down as far as the 786. We're past the 618, and that really from a macro point of view, it's time to taking profits on your shorts. Really, if we move back up past that zone, especially, we've taken out the conversion line of the Ichimoku cloud. We're taking out the 236 Fibonacci and going past that 618 again. You know, having come down as far as the 786 and then bounced up the way. So, you know, technically speaking, if you want to have a sort of degen, higher risk but huge reward trade on this one, looking for the overall markets to kind of change the tide and carry this up with a rising tide lifts all boats. There you go. If you're going to be sensible at this thing, you have to wait. And if you're actually looking to trade this in the here and now, well, you've got that potential 15-minute move I was talking about, but it's got very, very sort of quick profit-taking targets on it, and we're looking to see if we can get through this zone. Until the prices are above 130, you're kind of preempting longs. But there you have it.